Okay guys, this is your exercise solutions. First is exercise 1A, questions number 1A. So in this question we have modulus equation of equal to constant. That means you have to split them into two parts, yeah. So this is the first and that one is the second. For x minus 3, so you open the modulus brackets, it will be like this, and then the 7 will be plus 7 for the first, plus 7 for the first, and negative 7 for the second part. And then you have to solve this using algebra. 10 divided by 4 is 2.5 or 5 over 2. And then this one is for x equals to negative 7 plus 3 equals to negative 4. X equals to negative 4 divided by 4 equals to negative 1. So the answer is 2.5 and also negative 1. Next, questions number 2A. For this one, also the same with the previous questions. So you only have to split them into two parts. First is 2x plus 1 over x minus 2. And then 2x plus 1 over x minus 2 for the second part also. This one will be positive 5. And the other one will be negative 5. So you only have to put positive and negative in the separate parts, yeah. And then you have to simplify. You have to solve this using algebra. So cross multiplication, 5 times x equals to 5x, and then 5 times 2 equals to negative 10. And then you move the 5, move the 1. 2 minus 5 equals to negative 3x. Negative 10 minus 1 equals to negative 11. So x equals to negative 11 divided by negative 3. So you'll have 11 over 3 as the final result. For this one also the same, you have to cross multiply the x minus 2. So negative 5 times x, negative 5x, negative 5 times negative 2 equals to positive 10. And then move the 5x, you will have 7x. Move the 1, you will have 9. So x equals to 9 over 7. So the final answer is x equals to 11 over 3 and also x equals to 9 over 7. Next is question 2D. For this one, this is the second type of the equation. So you have to split them into two parts still. And the first one will be 3x minus 5 and the second one will be 3x minus 5 also for the left hand side. For the right hand side, the first part will be x plus 1, the second part will be negative open brackets x plus 1. So please keep in your mind that the first will be positive and the second one will be negative. And also don't forget to use brackets because in the right hand side we have two terms, yeah. So solve it using algebra. This x move to the left hand side, this negative 5 go to the right hand side. For the left hand side you will have 2x, for the right hand side you will have 6, so x equals to 3. For this one you have to simplify the negative first, so you'll have 3x minus 5 equals to negative x minus 1, and then you move the negative to the left hand side, you'll have 4x equals to move the negative 5 to the right hand side, so you'll have negative 1 plus 5 equals to 4. So x equals to x 4 divided by 4 equals to 1. For this one you have to double check your answer because this is the second type of the modulus equation, yeah. So for x equals to 3, you have to rewrite the question first. You have to check it into the question, yeah, not the one that you already separate. So you input the x equals to 3 right here and the 3 right there. So you have absolute value of 3 times 3 minus 5 equals to 3 plus 1. This one is absolute value of 4 equals to 4. So 4 equals to 4 is the same. That means this one is the solutions. And then let's try the x equals to 1. For the x equals to 1, that means 3 absolute value of 3 times the x minus 5 equals to the x itself plus 1. So you input the x in as 1. And then this one is absolute value of negative 2. This one is 2. So 2 equals to 2 or is the same also, that means x equals to 1, also the solution. So the solution in this question is x equals to 3 and x equals to 1. Keep this in your mind when you have the second type of the equation. You have to double check your answer. Yeah. And then next is question 2f. For this one, the 8 is on the left hand side. That means we have to move the 8 to the right hand side first. Yeah. So basically we have to isolate the absolute value, the modulus function, with the others. That means you have to move the 8 to the right hand side. So it will become x minus 8, and also as we can see we have negative sign in front of the modulus function. That means we have to remove it also by divide them all with negative 1. That means this one will be 1 minus 2x, still in absolute sign, and then this one divided by negative 1 will become negative x plus 8. And then as you can see, this is the second type of equations. That means you have to split them into two parts, and then later you will have to double check your answer. The first part will be negative x plus 8. The second part will be negative, open brackets, negative x plus 8. There you go. And then you can solve this directly. So you have negative x equals to, this one will become 7, and then x will be negative 7. For this one, 1 minus 2x equals to, you input the negative first, you will have x minus 8, and then you move the x, you will have negative 3x, you move the 1, you will have negative 9, so x equals to 3. Okay, it's time for us to double check. X equals to negative 7, so you'll have 1 minus 2x equals to negative x plus 8. Yeah, you input the negative 7 into the x, so you'll have 14 plus 1 equals to 15, equals to this one is 7 plus 8, 15. 15 equals to 15, that's equal. That means this one is the solution, and the next one will be x equals to 3. You'll have 1 minus 2 times the x equals to negative x plus 8. So the x right now it's 3. You'll just input it into the x. You'll have negative 5 right here and 5 right there. 5 equals to 5. Oh, they are equal. That means x equals to 3, also the solution. So the final solution for this question is negative 7 and also 3. Next, still in exercise 1a, question number 3. This one is the third type of the equation. That means still the same. You have to split them into two parts. The first part will be x minus 5 equals to, and then this one also x minus 5. So the first will be positive. That means 2 times x plus 1 like this. The second part will be negative, negative 2 times x plus 1. And then you have to simplify the right hand side first. Like you input the 2, you'll have 2x plus 2, and then solve it using algebra. You'll have negative x equals to 2 plus 5 equals to 7, so x equals to negative 7. And then this one, x minus 5 equals to negative 2x minus 2, and then you'll have 3x right here equals to 3 right there, x equals to 1. Okay, both of them is the solutions because this is the third type of equations. You don't have to double check your answer. Next, still in exercise 1a, questions number 4. For this one, it's the first type, but this time maybe a little bit hard because the function is quadratic like x squared. Yeah, so just use the rules for the first type of equations. It will be plus 7 and negative 7, and then you only have to solve these equations. X equals to 9, so x equals to square root of 9. Do not forget the plus minus, So for the first equation, you'll have x equals to plus 3 or x equals to negative 3. For the second, you will have negative 5 right here. So x equals to square root of negative 5. Do not forget the plus minus. But unfortunately, square root cannot be negative. So this one is rejected. There is no solution for this one. And also because this is the first type of equation, that means all of the x is the answer, the solution. Yeah. So the solution in this question is x equals to 3 and also x equals to negative 3. And the last one for exercise 1a, it's questions 4D. For 4D, same. This is the second type of equations. That means you have to double check your answers later. X squared minus 3 equals to x squared minus 3 equals 2. First is 2x plus 1. Second is negative, open brackets, 2x plus 1. Okay, so x squared minus 2x minus 4. Move the right hand side to the left hand side. So we'll have quadratic equations. Okay, so for this one, I don't think we can use the factorization method. So we will use the formula negative b plus minus square root of b square minus 4ac over 2a. Okay, you just have to input the values like negative 2 plus minus square root, square root of b square is 4 minus 4 times a is 1, c is negative 4. Oh wait, okay, just like that, over 2a, 2 times a. Okay, let me calculate it first. Okay, the first answer is negative 1.23607, and then the second one will be 3.23607. Okay, because this is not the final answer, so I write it as long as possible. Yeah. For the second part, you have to simplify the right hand side first. That means you input the negative, you have negative 2x minus 1, and then you move it to the left hand side. It will be plus 2x, and then minus 3 plus 1 is negative 2 equals to 0. This one also cannot be factorized. That means I have to use the formula b square minus 4 times a times c over 2a, 2 times 1. Okay, and this one is negative 2.73205, and this one is 0.73251. Okay, so this is the 4 value of x, but because this is the second type of the equation, we have to double check your answer. For this one, just input to the questions. Yeah, so you have negative 1.23607 square minus 3 equal to 2x plus 1, 2 times negative 1.23607 plus 1. Okay, wait, let me calculate it first. Okay, this is the result. The left hand side is positive 1.47213, and the right hand side is negative 1.47213. That means this one is not the solution, so you reject this one. Okay, I will calculate for the rest of the x. Yeah, the working is still the same. You only have to input it into the questions. Wait a minute. Okay, I have checked all of the value of x. This one is true, that one is true, but this one is false. That means you reject this value of x. Yeah, so in this question we only have 2 answers. Oh, my bad, we still have another questions in exercise 1a, questions 6. For this one, you have to check the type of equation first, but unfortunately there are no type of equations just like this. That means this one is the variation of the questions. Yeah, as we can see, we have common absolute value of x minus 1 right there, but the first have powers on it, the second doesn't have powers. That means we can let every time you have common things, common elements in an equations, usually you will let it as variables or letters. Like this one, I want to let it as a, so you'll have 5, this one will become a, and then we have square right there, 5a square plus this one is still 9, this one is a minus 2 equals to 0. There you go. This is how you let the common elements. That means right now we have quadratic equations. We have to solve this one first. Maybe this one can be factorized, 5a and a, 2 1 positive negative, so a equals to 1 over 5, a equals to negative 2. For the first a, you will have to revert it back into the modulus function like this, equals to 1 over 5, and then this one also modulus function of x minus 1 equals to negative 2. You will have to stop right here for this one, because we know that the result of, wait, let me show to you, the result of absolute function or modulus function will be always a positive numbers, right? Because this question says it has to be equals to negative 2, that means it's impossible. So this one is impossible to do. So you just stop right there and then go to the previous equation. So we can solve this by using the rules. You have to split them into two parts. The first one is x minus 1 equals to 1 over 5. The second part is x minus 1 equals to negative 1 over 5. So x equals to 1 over 5, that means 6 over 5. The second part will be 4 over 5. There you go. Because this is the first type of equations, that means both of them is the solution. Next is question 8. For question 8, we have two modulus function right here and another constant. That means this is the last type of equations. For the last type of equations, you have to make the left hand side only contain only one modulus function. Yeah, so you have to move this modulus function to the right hand side. You'll have 3 minus absolute value of 2x minus 1 like this, and then you will have to split them into two parts. The first part will be 2x plus 1, second part also 2x plus 1 for the left hand side. For the right hand side, it will be exactly the same for the first part. For the second part, you have to put negative in front of them like this. Okay, so for the first part, you can move the 3 to the left hand side, so later you will have another equation of modulus function like this. And also you have to remove the negative sign in front of the modulus. That means you have to divide them all by negative 1. So you will have negative 2x plus 2 equals to absolute value of 2x minus 1. Okay, I will rewrite this into the proper form of equations. So I just switch the places like this, and then let's go to the second. Oh my, sorry, there is the next question, just ignore it. Yeah, so for this one you have to input the negative first. So 2x plus 1 equals to negative 3 plus absolute value of 2x minus 1, and then you move the 3, you have 2x plus 4 equals to absolute of 2x minus 1, and then I will switch the places like this, so you can see the form of the equations better. Okay, so let's go to these equations. We have to do it one more time because we still have absolute function or modulus function on the left hand side. Split them into two parts. 2x minus 1 equals to negative 2x plus 2. 2x minus 1 equals to negative, open brackets, negative 2x plus 2. Okay, this one will be 4x equals to 3. So x equals to 3 over 4. For this one, 2x minus 1 equals to 2x minus 2. Move the 2x to the left hand side. 2x minus 2x will become 0. So 0 equals to negative 2 plus 1 equals to negative 1. 0 equals to negative 1 is not correct, it's false. So this one is not valid, yeah, or there is no solution from these equations. Okay, next, this one we have to split them into two parts also. The first part will be 2x minus 1 equals to 2x plus 4. You move this 2x to the left hand side, you will have 0. You move negative 1 to the right hand side, we will have 5. This one also not equal, so no solution from these equations also. And then the next part will be 2x minus 1 equals to negative, open brackets, 2x plus 4. And then 2x minus 1 equals to negative 2x minus 4. Move the 2x, you will have 4x equals to negative 3. So x equals to negative 3 over 4. And also, because this is the second type of equations, you have to double check your answer. To double check your answer, you only have to input it into the questions like this, equals to 2 times negative 3 over 4 and then plus 4. Okay, I will calculate it first. Okay, for this one it's 2.5 equals to 2.5. That means this is the solutions of the equations. Next is this one. I have to double check this one also. That means 2 times 3 over 4 minus 1 equals to negative 2 times 3 over 4 plus 2. For this one, you don't have to put it into the first questions, just put it into this one. Yeah, let me calculate it first. Okay, this one also the same, equal. That means this one also the solution. So there are two solutions in this question, which is 3 over 4 and negative 3 over 4. Okay, next we will go to the exercise 1b, questions 3a. For questions 3, you have to describe fully the transformations that maps the graph of y equals to modulus of x. That means the original is y equals to modulus of x. You only have to see how the function changed. Like, oh, the first is y equals to modulus of x, only this one, and then suddenly we have plus 1 right there, and also the plus 2 outside the modulus function. Yeah, so this is means translation. Yeah, please memorize all of the transformation that I already give you in the notes before. So this one is the translation by, okay, this one is for the x-axis, and the one outside the modulus is for the y-axis. For the y-axis it is plus 2. For the x-axis it will be the opposite sign of the one inside the function, so this one will be negative 1. That means go 1 unit to the left. You have to shift the functions 1 unit to the left. Yeah, so this is the transformation for 3a. Next, for 3e, still describe the transformation. First we have to take a look at the x. It's originally only x, and then what changed? We have plus 2 right here, and then plus 1 right there, and then we have negative sign in front of the modulus function. So first you have to do it in order. You have to do the multiplications rather than the additions. So you have to take a look at the negative first, because negative means negative times modulus of x. So you have to do the multiplication. That means the first transformation is in my notes I already told you that negative in front of the modulus function will be the reflection to the x-axis. So you will write this as the reflection to the x-axis. And then just like the previous questions, the 2 and 1 means translation. The 2 is for the x-axis, but you have to change the sign, so it will become -2. The 1 is for the y-axis, still the same, like this. So there is 2 transformation in this question. Next is F. For questions 3F, we have 2 in front of the modulus function, and then also negative in front of the modulus function, and then plus 5 outside the modulus function. Okay, so as I told you before, we have to do it in order. So multiplication first. For multiplication we have negative and 2. It's up to you whether you want to do the negative first or the 2 first. I will do the negative first. Yeah, for the negative it will be reflection to the x-axis, and then for the 2 it will be the stretch by a scale factor of 2 in the vertical direction, or you can say in the y-axis direction. Okay, this is the second. The third will be the 5. The 5 is translation of 5 units to the y positive, that means 0, 5. Okay, there is no translation in the x, because usually if you have translation in the x you will have these numbers. In this question we don't have that number, so you will only say it's 0. Next is question 5 in exercise 1b. For this one you have to find the range of function of f. Range of function is quite a bit tricky, because every question is not the same. Yeah, so the method is not the same, the way you solve it is not the same. That means you have to imagine the graph first. Yeah, especially if the graph is complex like this one, modulus function. So let's sketch it a little bit. Okay, I'm preparing the Cartesian first. Okay, and then as I told you before in the explanation, to graph the absolute function you have to graph the function, the original function first, yeah, without the absolute. Because this one is a line, that means you can create the table like this, like x and y. When the x equals to 0, the y equals to 5. When the y equals to 0, the x will be 2.5. 2.5. That means we have 2 points right here, 0, 5, like that, and 2.5, 0, like this. Okay, so the graph will be like this. It's a straight line. And then after that we have to graph the absolute or modulus function of 5 minus 2x. That means reflect. You have to reflect this part to the x-axis. That means it will become like this. Okay, after that you can erase the one below the x-axis like this. Yeah, so you will only have that part of line. Okay, and then as you can see in these questions, the questions limit the value of the x. That means we have to limit our graph also. So when x equals to 2, let's try to find the y first. When x equals to 2, the y will be absolute value of 5 minus 2x, yeah. So y equals to 5 minus 2 times 2, y equals to 1. Okay, so when x equals to 2, the value of y is 1. And then we erase this one. We limit our graph. Okay, and then the x equals to 8. When x equals to 8, the value of y will be y equals to 5 minus 2 times 8. So you'll have negative 16, negative 11. And then find the value of absolute value of negative 11, it will become 11. So when x equals to 8, the value of y will be 11. Okay, this is the idea on how you find the range of a function, yeah, any function, not only modulus function. And then do not forget that we still have plus 3 at the end of the function. That means translations to the y-axis as 3 units going up. So you have to move our graph 3 units up, 1 2 3 and 1 2 3. So this point will end at 8 because it's 5 at the first, and then this point will end at 4 because it's 1 before you move it up as 3 units, yeah, so it will become 4. And then this point it's 8 before, it's 11 before you move it up, so it will become 14. Okay, so as you can see, the value of y varies from 4 and 14. The lowest is 4 and the highest is 14. That means the range in these questions is 4 less than or equal to y less than or equal to 14. There we go. Okay, and then question 6. For question 6, we have to draw 2x minus 2 plus 1. Okay, so first I have to draw y equals to x minus 2 without absolute sign. So when x and for x equals to 0, the value of y will be negative 2. For y equals to 0, the x will be 2. That means the sketch will be like this, 2 and negative 2. Do not forget to flip these parts. Flip this part to the x-axis. Wait, let me erase it first. Okay, erase this part. So right now we already have this one, absolute value of x minus 2. And then we have to limit our graph from negative 2 until 6. That means we have to find the value of y when x equals to negative 2 and also when x equals to 6. When x equals to negative 2, it will be negative 2 minus 2 equals to negative 4. When x equals to 6, it will be 6 minus 2 equals to 4. So that means this, oh my bad, we have to use absolute value, yeah, for this one. When you calculate the value of x, you have to use the absolute value. So this one will be equals to 4. this one is 2 because we reflect it from -2 before. And then when x equals to -2, when x equals to -2, the value of y is 4. Maybe I should write it like this, it clearer, -2, 4. Okay, I'll erase this. And then also the x equals to 6 will be y equals to 4, so it's parallel with this one. Oh yeah, it's already parallel. Wait, so this point is 6,4. Okay, so this is the graph of the yellow, this one, yeah. And then we have the transformations, which is stretch by a scale factor of 2. Stretch by the scale factor of 2 in vertical direction or y direction means you have to multiply the value of y by 2. Let's say this one, the value of y equals to 4. You only have to multiply it in by 2, so you have 8 right there. And then this one also 4 multiplied by 2, so you'll have 8 right there, yeah. And then plus 1 means you have to shift your graph 1 unit upwards, and then 1 unit upwards, like that. So this point will be 2,1, this point will become 6,9 and -2,9 because you shift it 1 units up, like this, yeah. So showing the coordinates of the vertex, this is the vertex, and the y-intercept, oh this one, y-intercept will be at 0,3. okay, why it's 0,3? Because we move it 1 unit up before, from 2 it will become 3. Okay, this is our graph. Next, on the same diagram, sketch x plus 2. So right now the question wants you to sketch x plus 2. Still the same, create the table. When x and y, x equals to 0 equals to 2. When y equals to 0, x is -2. So this one will be like wait, this one is, oh, we should do it accurately before. That's fine, let's check it. -2,0 is right there. Oh no, never mind, use your graph. Yeah, we have to sketch it accurately before, yeah, maybe using the graph paper, so later we can answer the 6C. And then 2 right there. Okay, so this is our line for question B. Unfortunately, we cannot solve 6C because I don't use the graph papers, so let's skip 6C. Okay, next is exercise 1C. For exercise 1C, we have to solve the inequality using graph, yeah. So first I want you to take a look at x minus 1. I will highlight it as a yellow color, and the 2 to x minus 4 with the blue color. Oh, should be red, yeah, never mind. Wait, oh, this one is red, and that one is blue. Okay. Okay, take a look at the graph. Greater means this one have to be above, sorry, not upper, above the red one. So you have to find the parts when the blue is above the red. Yeah, the boundaries will be this the point of intersection. So x equals to 3 and x equals to 7. That is the crucial point. So in this region, as we can see, the red line is above the blue line. That means the inequality is not satisfied. Yeah, in this part from 3 until 7, the blue is above the red one. That means this one is satisfied. But in this, the last region, this one, as you can see, the red line is above the blue line. That means the inequality is not satisfied. That means the only satisfied region is this one. Yeah, and it happens when the x varies from 3 until 7. That means the solution for the inequality will be 3 less than x less than 7. Because the question didn't use the equal sign, that means your answer will be also no equal sign, like this, from 3 until 7. Yeah. Okay, next we'll go to the questions 3b. For this one, it's inequality less than a constant. That means you have to use the formula, or maybe if you don't remember the formula, you can square both sides. For the first, it will be -4. Just use this formula. It will be -4 less than 2 minus x less than 4. First, you have to eliminate the 2 by subtract them all by 2. That means this one is -6 less than -x less than 2. And then you have to eliminate the negative also. That means you have to divide them all by -1. Do not forget that when you divide inequality by negative numbers, the sign have to be changed like this. Okay, so final answer, let's rewrite it in the proper form. It will be -2 less than x less than 6. It has to be like this. Yeah, you cannot provide your answer like this. That is the solution of 3b. Next is 3c. For this one, the formula is ax plus b greater than c. It will become ax plus b less than -c, or ax plus b greater than c. Okay, so this one will be 3x minus 2 less than or equal to -7, or 3x minus 2 greater than or equal to 7. So this one will be -5x less than or equal to -5 divided by 3. This one is 3x greater than or equal to 9. So x greater than or equal to 9 divided by 3, 3. Both of them is the solution. Next is question 4. For question 4, we have to move the 2x to the right hand side first. Equals to, not equal, less than or equal to 4 plus 2x. This is not the first and the second type, so you have to square both sides. X minus 7 squared, that means x minus 7 times x minus 7 less than or equal to 4 plus 2x times 4 plus 2x. Okay, multiply them like this. So you have x squared minus 7 minus 7 minus 14x. -7 times -7 is 49, less than or equal to 4 times 4 equals to 16. 4 times 2x equals to 8x, and then another 8x. We have 16x plus 2x times 2x equals to 4x squared. And then you move them all to the left hand side. You'll have -3x squared, and then -30x, and then +33 less than or equal to 0. You can divide them all by -3, so the x squared will become positive. positive 10x minus 11. Do not forget to change the sign when you do the division of negative numbers, and then you have to factorize it. X 11 and 1, positive and negative, x equals to negative 11, x equals to 1. And then because this is quadratic inequality, you have to use the number line, and then test for any value of x. The easiest is 0. You input it into this inequality. You'll have 0 plus 0 minus 11, so you have negative numbers, right? Negative 11. So 0 is right here, this one is 0, and this one is negative, this one is positive, this one is positive, yeah. Okay, so the question says greater than 0, that means you have to take the positive part. So the final answer will be x less than negative 11 or x greater than 1. Final answer. Oh, my bad, I forgot something, guys. For this one, the if we rearrange it first, from this one you can see that x minus 7 has a modulus function, and then for this one we don't have modulus function. Yeah, so in this question we have to double check our answers, like this one. So we have x less than negative 11 or x greater than 1. Let's take one number from this range of value of x. Let's say the closest is negative 12, x equals to negative 12, and then you have to check it into our questions, like x minus 7 is less than or equal to 4 plus 2x. Yeah, that means absolute value of negative 12 minus 7 less than or equal to 4 plus 2 times negative 12. So negative 19 is less than or equal to 24, 29, 19 less than or equal to 24, 28, yeah, 28. My bad. Negative 24, negative 20, negative 20. Okay, as you can see, 19 should be greater than negative 20, but it says 19 less than or equal to negative 20, so this is not correct, this is false, and that also means we have to reject this one. X less than negative 11 is rejected. How about x greater than 1? This part also this part already rejected, yeah, because it's negative, while the question says greater than or equal to 0. For this one, let's take the closest, which is 2. 2 minus 7 less than or equal to 4 plus 2 times 2. This one is negative 5 less than or equal to 4 plus 4 equals to 8. So 5 less than or equal to 8. It's correct. So the solutions only this one, x greater than 1. Okay, the last questions. For this one, we have to square both sides. This, so you will have 9x squared minus 15 minus 15 minus 30x plus 25 less than 2 square will become 4, and then this one will be 4 minus 2x minus 2x minus 4x, and then plus x squared. Okay, so let's multiply the right hand side first. 16 minus 16x plus 4x squared, then you move it to the left hand side. You'll have 9 minus 4 equals to 5, negative 30 plus 16 equals to negative 14x, and then this one is positive 9, I guess, less than 0. And then do the factorization. Let me check it first. Yeah, we can factorize it. We will have 5x minus 9, and then x minus 1 less than 0, and then you create the number line. This one is 1, this one is 9 over 5, and then you have to test for some value of x, not some, any value of x equals to 0 is the easiest. When you input it right there, you will have 0 minus 0 plus 9, and the result is positive 9, right? We take the positive. That means 0 is right here, above it will be positive, this one is negative, and that one is positive. And the question says less than 0, that means take the negative part, which is 1, less than x, less than 9 over 5. Okay, for this one we don't have to double check our answers because we have two absolute values right there. Yeah, this is not the second type of equations like before, so you don't have to double check. Okay guys, that is all of the solution of your first exercise. I hope that you can understand it well. If you cannot, just ask me. Thank you guys, bye bye.